This is Hoodies. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Think we ready? Welcome back to another dope session of Hoodies the Podcast. I'm the host, Gar Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite. Or maybe not so live, but we coming at you, man. Let's put one in the air for Hoodies the Podcast. Word. I got no RIPs, no moment of silences. You know what I'm saying? However, my condolences to anybody who's lost a loved one today. Someone who's in their family, someone was their mentor, or just whoever, a loved one. My heart goes out to you. My condolences. Right? And just the same, happy born day to anybody that was born today. You know what I'm saying? I salute you. New life, more life. Word. I guess everybody should be done with their leftovers by now, right? Yeah, I know I am. I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But how y'all good? Everybody feeling good? I'm good. I'm decent, man. I'm decent. Oz is right there, knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He was restless a minute ago. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna go and get him a new. We'll get us a new toy, like a tug. You know, so we can do tugs. Something a little longer, because the joint we got. You know what I'm saying? It's about time we got a bigger one, because he's getting bigger. But anyway, the training with him is still coming along. We making strides, man. We gonna get there. I'm learning to not be so hard on myself. You know what I mean? Them trainers that you see, it took them a minute to get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take you a minute. The pooch is only 3 fucking months, man. Well, probably 4 now. It's December. So probably almost about 4 months now. So give yourself some grace. You know what I mean? Sometimes I push myself so much. Yeah, man, just got to give myself some grace. I'm dealing with that. Anyway, so if there's nothing else, everybody's good. We got all the pleasantries out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and get into this. All right? All right. So, purposely, I didn't mention Brother bishoptdjakes in the intro, having recovered and is feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Is feeling better from his situation that happened on stage. So I'm gonna play a little bit of his statement, and then I want to go from there. All right, let's go.
I'm grateful for this season in my life. I just wanted to, I told you last Sunday that I'd see you this Sunday. And so here I am. I am grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy and his grace. Many of you don't realize that you're looking at a miracle. I faced a life-threatening calamity, was rushed to the ICU unit, had emergency surgery, survived the surgery. Yeah, I'm back. And the doctor wants me to go slow coming back. but I'm back, and I'm grateful to God for his goodness and his mercy, and to not just our local church, but to the global community that follows this ministry. I'm grateful to you, and I want to challenge you. I started to say to take care of yourself. Sometimes those of us who are busy taking care of other people neglect ourselves, and that's very true. But I had just had a complete physical, and I was fine. The truth of the matter is sometimes things happen, and they are beyond our control, and sometimes things happen in there's spiritual warfare. I haven't deduced the finality of all of that. I'm trying to be obedient to what the doctor said do in terms of just taking a few weeks to just heal and recover and relax and just reflect. And it's good. It's good.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that It's pretty dope to see that he's well and he's doing well, right? You know, hey, listen, I've had a couple clients, not really serious, but kind of teasing me a little bit when we spoke on the TD Jakes, the situation that happened to him on stage where he had a moment. Folk in his congregation had to rush him to the hospital, like he said. He had to have emergency surgery and all that. And some people was like, I thought you would have had something to say. He a Christian, and knock it off, man. So, of course, digging into my bag a little bit, even though I know that the person's just joking around. So I'm like, listen, I don't, the love that I have for the Nation of Islam has nothing to do with the religion of Islam. You know what I'm saying? My grandpop is a product of the Nation of Islam. Brother Minister Malcolm X was a product. You understand? Minister Louis Farrakhan is a product. And even the messenger, Elijah Muhammad himself. I don't have, the thoughts that I have of them based off their religious beliefs. That's got nothing to do with nothing. And I think I speak for a whole lot of people. Nobody really cares that Malcolm X was a Muslim or that Farrakhan's a Muslim. Nobody really, really cares about that. Brother Martin, I don't think people really care about him being a Christian. I don't think he's beloved in the black community or just worldwide, period, because of his religious affiliations. Right? Marcus Garvey, he was into Catholicism. And there was another name I was just thinking of a minute ago, but I think y'all get it now. So that's got nothing. The religion that a man practices has absolutely nothing to do. You know what I'm saying, with their misfortune, as far as I'm concerned. They're both two different things. It does, though, still hold true something that I have said before, though, right? And what I've said on numerous occasions is that regardless of what you believe or don't believe, regardless of your religion or whatever it is that you believe, at the end of the day, nobody's coming to save us. Hear me out. So for Brother Bishop, can we call him Brother Bishop? And I almost want to put out a disclaimer real quick, for his followers, because I've some of y'all might feel some type of way about, what I might have to say or whatever. I don't mean no harm. If somebody was to say something about Minister Farrakhan, if something was to happen to him, myself, along with everybody else, would have an opinion about what it is they saw. And if he was to give a speech, they'd have their opinions, a POV in terms of what he said. I ain't no different, all right? So hear me out. Brother Bishop, I'm sure is a busy man. And with that, I'm sure comes a decent amount of stress. So when I say that regardless of who or what you believe, there's nobody's coming to save us. Meaning prolonged stress can lead to health complications eventually. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody's going to save you. It's up to us to really make these changes. Although I'm extremely happy that Brother Bishop has recovered and is doing better, I believe that they also have a media spin, if you will. So let me just get to the fucking point. And this is all speculative because we don't really know what's going on with that man except his doctor and him. So he says he was rushed, of course, to the hospital and had emergency surgery. Heavy piece. Hold on real quick. Emergency surgery. Okay, so and then I started to wonder, since he didn't disclose what his emergency was. He didn't disclose what it is that actually happened to him on stage. He never addressed it. Not that he has to. That ain't none of our business. If you gonna put forth the information that you had surgery, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm starting to think, this wasn't just surgery. This was emergency surgery. So you're not disclosing what it was. Not that you have to, but if you're gonna put something out there like you had emergency surgery, I started thinking, wow, okay. And of course, this was after hearing him say that he had been to the doctor and everything was fine. That was interesting to hear. So I started thinking, what could cause someone who's fine to have an emergency surgery? That sounds like a legit question, right? An emergency surgery is required when a patient's life, organs, or tissue are threatened by an injury, illness, or symptom. Right? Some of them symptoms would include severe trauma to the head, chest, abdomen, or extremities, including a gunshot, stab wounds, falls, crush injuries, car accidents. Then there's cardiac events like heart attack, cardiac shock, and cardiac arrhythmia. And then abdominal emergencies, lung conditions, neurological. We don't necessarily know what was going on. But if there was an emergency surgery and it was neurological, hey, I ain't no nurse. I ain't even a medical assistant. But I'm taking a guess. This is all speculative. But I don't think there was an emergency surgery. It was something that was going on in here. I'm just curious. Emergency surgery? And everything was fine? Like, if that was my father that happened to, if that was my pop, real talk, I would talk to the doctor outside of the hospital room, have a conversation with that man. Like, yo, tell me what's really going on. Be easy. I'm not saying he's lying, but I'm going to keep it funky. I think that might be just a little bit of a media spin. Everything was fine, and then this happened. Brother Bishop is no spring chicken. Like I say, he's about 67, 68, something, 69, probably, I think 67, something like that. I got parents in that age bracket. So he's no spring chicken, right? He's no thin one either. And let's not act like weight ain't got nothing to do with, health. Because I think we can all agree that the more weight you have, that's the more work your heart has to do. Let's keep it funky. And I'm getting back to the nobody's gonna save us part. I ain't forgot. But okay, let's get back to that now. Listen, to say that nothing was wrong, I guess I'm just saying if my father if something like that was to happen to my pop or my mom's. Okay, I'm always talking about my old man. Both my bonus moms and my biological moms and my pops, all of them in the same pot. You know what I'm saying? And if there was some weight there, some overweightness, and everything's fine, and something like this happened, nah, I'm not believing that. I'm going to be thinking that maybe your check engine light was already on. It might not have been nothing all that serious, but for that to happen, I'm not buying that. I'm really not buying it. And if you listen to him, he made mention of how he was, instructed by his doctor to give himself some more time. And listen, because I don't want to say the man's a liar, but if there was some emergency surgery and he's recovered that fast, okay, all right. This is all speculative. So there's only so much I could say. But if that was my father, my mother's, I would have to pull the doctor to the side. Listen, our own loved ones ain't always honest with us about their fucking health. You know what I mean? So I don't think that I don't think it's far-fetched to believe that Brother Bishop is pulling a media spin right now, with all due respect. Our loved ones will not be necessarily forthcoming with us. So why would he be forthcoming with the public, with the world for the most part? I think there's probably a little bit more going on. I think the check engine light was already on. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's going to save us when it comes to fixing that. I took that long way around. Nobody's going to save us if you don't fix up that diet, fam. You know what I'm saying? He's got some weight on him. There's folk who are slim and have to watch the sodium intake. I'm one of those people. But I'm saying I'm not the only one. I'm talking about us all. You know what I'm saying? And you mean to tell me someone who don't look like he's missing any meals, everything's fine? There was nothing? I would have to pull that doctor to the side. I'm not necessarily believing that. This is almost not even about Brother Bishop T.D. Jakes anymore. This is about to turn into something else. And something than health. But again, I'm glad the brother is well. And hey, it ain't none of my business what's going on with him. You know, but I ain't gonna front. I am a little curious as to why not disclose what the situation was. I get it, it's not our business. But why say that, but then put out there the emergency surgery part? That feels like media spin. Let's go ahead and get a couple claps. Let's get a couple claps for the Lord. And go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and do your thing. You know, who am I to, you know what I'm saying? But I would have to talk to that doctor. Yeah. And he made mention that he's trying to be obedient, as his doctor has instructed. I bet you money. And shout out to the doctors who was able to get to him, you know what I'm saying, and was knowledgeable enough to get him right. Salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure one of those recommendations that the doctor gave was, you're going to have to cut this out. You're going to have to stop eating whoop-de-whoop. You're going to have to lose some weight. Okay? You're going to have to slow down a little bit. Because like I was saying, listen, there's no substitute for alleviating stress. There's no substitute for getting rest. That's all a part of a balanced diet too. There ain't no substitute for sitting your ass down. Just like a car, and that check engine light is on, that car at some point, something's going to happen. It's going to overheat. Something's going to happen. And see, now the car comparison to a human, I almost can't fully make that segue over, because some people take better care of their cars than they do of themselves. But I guess both can still be true. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure the doctor also said you need some exercise. It's no substitute for that. There's no substitute for getting some sun. You know what I'm saying? Fathers, grandfathers, whatever. But men, how about that? If you got sons, grandsons, nephews, whatever, and you were taller than them, or at least neck and neck with them at some point, and now in your latter years, you see that nephew, that grandson, that son now towers over you a little bit now. That's what happens when we get older and we're not getting the same amount of sun as we did when we were younger and we was moving and grooving and doing our thing. There's something that happens with the bones. Maybe they become more dense or something. I used to have that knowledge, and it's probably still in there. I just need to sit and think on it. But right off rip, I don't have it to flap it out like a card, like playing spades or whatever. But getting sun that's important too. There's no substitute for that. Doc, let me talk to you real quick. You know, and people have done that before. Had a conversation with the doctor, you know what I'm saying, away from that parent. And the doctor would tell the family member, be it the son or the daughter, that they this happened back in 2018 and they had that, and you didn't even know that. You didn't even know. So that's what I mean when I say nobody's coming to save us. So it doesn't matter what we believe or who we believe in. There's no substitute for any of those things. If we don't go ahead and tap in it and do what we're supposed to do in those areas, you're going to have situations like that. They will happen regardless. For a lot of us, our check engine light is on. Shit, I got a fucking check engine light. Granted, it's not flashing right now, but let me fuck around and not be on my, low to no sodium diet. And I'm vegetarian. I don't know what he's eating, but you're not overweight because you eat nothing but plants. Again, I say this with love. Because I'm not just looking at brother TD Jakes. I'm looking at my loved ones. That's all. The morph has just happened because, listen, there's a check engine light on. Hey, man, I'm talking to us in our 50s and better. Retirement's around the corner. Your check engine light is on. Mine too. And he start setting up for retirement. I get it. Some of you have already done that. And I think all of us have made strides, but we ain't there. Some of you are already there. And that's what's up. Our check engine light is on. Our check engine light is on with our romantic relationships. Yeah. Needs maintenance. I'm in my bag. I'm in my bag, man. Some of us need to start dating more. Some of us need to be quiet and listen. Some of us need to stop telling people our fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Some of us need to have some hard conversations. Some of us need to really start turning a corner. Hey, some of us need therapy. Again. Maybe again for the third time. Some of us need a regular checkup every so often. You know what I'm saying? And that's to fortify your romantic relationship and your personal one. Your check engine light is on. Some of us need to establish some boundaries. Just with people, period. Our check engine lights are on. Hey, man. So, all right, I gotta go. Next client should be here about 15 minutes. Let me get out of here. I want to thank y'all for watching, man. Thank you for listening to me babble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Thank you for your likes, subs, shares, the whole nine. And yeah, man. Y'all stay up. I'm the God Rashidi. This is Hoodies, man. Peace. Hey. This is Hoodies.